Hi, I'm Harish Gureti and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a very big change that they made to the AWS Partner Program. Every year they make changes just to make sure that the customers are getting the most value from AWS Partners, right? So this year the big change that they made is something called Partner Service Offering. I'm sure, partners already know about partner service offering, like who are established partners. It's just that they did not make it mandatory to attach a service offering to every ace opportunity, right? So this year they made it mandatory to attach an offering to the ace opportunity. So let's understand what is this partner service offering, what are the benefits of going through you know how do you define a partner service offering, and how do you go ahead and get it validated. So let's go ahead and understand everything that we need to be able to publish our service offerings, right? So let's dive in. So from my side, what is a service offering is simple. This is my definition, it's not an AWS definition. So the partner service offering, what I feel is, what I believe is, a service offering is the solution that, as a partner, you plan to provide using one or more AWS services for a specific segment of customers. It explains the clear value proposition and technical expertise required to deliver that solution. So a solution that is, tailored to probably financial services industry may not work with manufacturing, right? So you have to, as an AWS partner, you have to be very clear on what is the value proposition that you are bringing to the market, who is the target audience that you want to serve, and what is the service offering that you want to bring, and to the customer, a very specific customer, whether it is small business owner, whether it is a manufacturer, or and AI company. Doesn't matter what your target audience is, but you have to be very specific on what you plan to deliver to a certain type of customer. So that is what this service offering is all about. So for example, let's just take, if you want to set up, just let's just take the basic example, the control tower, right? So if you the way you set up the control tower for a small business, or an office like an accounting firm with one location, is different to setting it up for an enterprise which has 40 different offices, right? So your service offering must be tailored to what you're offering, must be very clear on who the audience is, how do you want to offer it, what does it take to offer that service offering. So that's really what service offering is, and it's been there for a very long time, but now they made it mandatory. So it's just a recap if you're not aware of what a service offering is. So the next thing is, what is the validation process. So you can just get away with defining the service offering and and attaching it to this opportunity, but there is something else that AWS offers to partners, is a foundational technical review of their service offerings. So if you are going so far to go ahead and define your service offerings, build a landing page for it, and do all of that stuff, why not get it validated, right? So the benefits of getting a service offering validated or going through the foundational technical review is that it will be made available on the AWS Partner Solutions Finder, because that's where AWS will drive traffic, right? So to the Partner Solutions Finder. So all your validated service offerings, or FTR validated service offerings, will be visible on the Partner Solutions Finder. So that's a huge benefit. And because we are going to do 70% of the work anyways, I recommend doing the 30% also, and get it through the FTR process, and get it published on Partner Solutions Finder. So what are the different stages of this process, right? First one is to define. You have to be very clear on how do you define your service offerings in Partner Center, and I'll show you the guide that helps partners to define those service offerings, right? So first thing is, you define your service offering very clearly, publish on your website, basically create a unique web page, a landing page for each service offering, and on your website. So that's the second thing that you have to do. Third thing is you document it. There's a self-assessment sheet that you have to submit for the FTR process. So I'll also show you the sheet. So you go ahead and document your service offering on the, in the assessment sheet, and apply for the FTR process. So you go ahead and apply for the validation, or the FTR process, and they review it. They come back with any questions if required, and once it gets approved, it gets published on Partner Solutions Finder. So that's the process, and you have to do it for each service offering that you have, that you plan to offer to your customers. So it's not that you do it once. One thing for, let's say you are offering DevOps services, or like storage services, and also connect services, right? So then those offerings, each offering must have its own place on your website and go through the FTR process. So it's a little complicated, but it is what it is. It gives benefit, huge benefit as well. So that's the 5-step process, where you define your offering, publish it on your website, document the assessment sheet, review it, apply for review, and get it approved, right? So that's the those are the stages. So now I'll show you the service offering guide that AWS provides to define the service offerings. So let's switch screens, and then go to this one, which is service offering foundational technical review calibration guide. You can get it downloaded from Partner Central resources section. So first thing is you have to define the core service. You have to define the project plan on how do you engage with the customers. Then you have to define, identify relevant AWS technical expertise that is required for this to be able to deliver this offering. Then you identify the risks and associated with the service offering, and how do you pass it. Then you have to define, like, how do you make sure you secure the AWS accounts and governance aspect for your service offerings. And finally, then you have, if there is a SaaS component, right? So don't worry about it. If you don't have a marketplace product, this section won't apply to you. Finally, how do you collect customer feedback? So those are the sections that you have to finish in the assessment sheet, and then submit it for each and every service offering that you plan to provide to your customers, and get it through the validation process, or the FTR process. So I don't want to go into the detail, because it is really, you have to read through it, understand it, and create your service offerings around it. So hey, every partner is going through this process. I am doing it for my partner, for my business, right? So everyone is going through it. So yeah, if you need help, about how to get it done, yeah, reach out to me. But we are going through the process at this time, and we already had it. In the similar way, just that we are going to the FTR status, FTR process at this time. So how do you do it, right? So if you go to the AWS Partner Central, you have, these are some sample offerings that we have here. So for example, let's just take this contact center analytics offering, and you define the offering over here. Then what you do is you go ahead and you say we want to request a validation, right? So then it will ask you to the foundational technical review checklist. These are optional. Architecture diagrams, any security reports, deployment guides. These are all optional, but the FTR checklist is mandatory, and this is the FTR checklist that you have to fill in for each and every service offering. So this is how it will be, like service offering, did you meet it, what is your response. So you go ahead and create everything, and then submit it for each service offering, and it goes through the FTR process, and then it gets published on Partner Solutions Finder and AWS. Customers feel a lot more comfortable working with a partner who have their offerings validated by AWS than just going through it. So till now we were just going ahead and doing the business based on the trust and stuff, but new customers, it will be very easy to do business with partners who have their offerings very clearly defined and validated by AWS, right? So it makes sense for this process, to go through the whole process. So that's the big change, as you saw in thumbnail. So it's going to change a lot. So there's a lot of back end work for every business to go ahead and do it. every partner business. So yeah, it will be interesting. And if you need help, reach out to me, and we can help you get through this process. Yeah, and thanks for watching, and do subscribe to this channel. And because I'm going to share a lot about how to run a partner business and also a lot about AWS technical areas. Thanks a lot for watching.